What's up, and welcome back to another episode of Mr. Clarke After Dark, and officially to the Mr. Clarke After Dark Christmas special. Today I have on the two and only Jordan and Joshua Clarke. Today my brothers have the absolute privilege of finally being on the show produced by their favorite sibling, and it's actually the first time I've actually lived away from my brothers, so this was kind of a nice way to kind of relive our past family Christmas trauma on air for everyone to listen to. So I think it was definitely a good, maybe new tradition for us to start moving forward now that we're all kind of in different cities. But throughout our conversation here today, expect to hear about things we did to annoy each other growing up that still work, concerning gaps in our knowledge, including my infamous pickle cucumber realization, which of their children they think will throw the first house party, the infamous chip story, airsoft gun fights gone awry, and much more. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you having me a part of your day or your holiday. And I also wanted to mention that Mr. Clarke After Dark is brought to you by Luxy. That's Luxy. Luxy sets the standard for modern dating as it allows you to be truly aware of the intentions and background of any potential match. Swiping through different dating apps can be tiring and can leave you with a constant feeling of disappointment after seeing the leftovers in your dating pool. With Luxy, an exclusive platform for those with high standards, which boasts only a 10 to 15% acceptance rate, as well as a distinctive income verification feature, you can end your search for the right dating app and start focusing on finding the right person for you. Download the app today to see if you qualify for a better chance at finding your person. Even as I'm reading through that collaboration there with Luxy, my wife and I actually always watch Holidate. Seems like every Christmas, sometimes even on Valentine's Day. So it's, if you don't want to spend next Christmas alone, maybe Luxy can help you out with that. But again, just want to say thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and your family, and I hope you guys enjoy listening to this as much as I enjoyed creating it. I just wanted to add one more thing before we get into it. Y'all noticed in the first 30 seconds that the recording's a little bit choppy because I edited out an extremely inappropriate question that I asked them to start off the show. So I just wanted to start that off with the laugh to keep that in there. If you would like to know what the question is, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram at Mr. Clarke After Dark or send me an email, mrclarkeafterdark@gmail.com. And now on to the show. Okay, welcome to Mr. Clarke After Dark, guys. How does it feel? Does it feel good? You're finally in your element, living your best life.
It's about time. It's all
Okay,
never saw that, bro.
Dude, what a nice hat you got there, Jordan.
first question.
Crazy.
Which one do you choose?
Say that again? What's the question?
Consider myself unalived.
Oh, I don't even know that.
Dude, I know which one you're choosing, Jordan. Oh,
Okay.
I don't even know how to answer, dude.
If you could put one condiment inside your belly button, what would it be and why?
you have my attention. You have my attention.
I want
Okay.
Relish.
Another question.
Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, well,
Might already be in there.
yeah. I'm still shocked on the
Okay.
first question.
We'll get serious now. If we were all deployed in a war zone, who would die first?
Yeah.
The guy
What?
checking his hair. I'll let the fine viewers figure out who that one is.
I think if you based it off the Call of Duty skills, I would lose for sure.
Yeah, Jordan smashes his gun when it jams and then get kicked off.
You know? I hate that game.
And so
Street sucks.
one of the most common things that came up when I told people we were doing this conversation is people wanted to hear the chip story.
Chip story.
Jordan, can you elaborate as to what the chip story was when you had Josh and I sample different chips when you were in Bible college?
Dude, why are we doing this?
Okay.
Why are we doing this?
Okay. Have a great
Dude, I bring up like my worst moment of my life.
Josh, I have one for you after. Don't worry.
Oh,
Dude, like, we playing the exposed game.
I was maybe 20 years old, maybe 20.
We're actually doing this.
Yeah, and mom and dad and you guys are staying at that hotel, Kingsway Mall. What's it called?
Chateau Nova.
Nova.
No. Give it to Maui.
And you guys were coming to visit me, and I had this 357 hot sauce, which was like Scoville units, 357,000 or 3.57 million or something.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Like,
One.
you boys close? And Josh was like, oh yeah, man, love it. So I have like this whole plate of cheesy nachos, regular barbecue sauce on one side, and then one section had the hot sauce on it that was the same color. So I made sure Lucas knew the section that was good to eat, and then I intentionally put the plate in a position so that Jack could then
Keep in mind, I had stomach issues at the time.
It was also, well, actually, I kind of forgot the time that you lit my toe on fire. That's actually a story that I didn't even think about for this, but
I'm starting to notice a trend here.
Oh, yeah, and then Josh eats it. The guy just freaks right out. And so I live on 118 in Edmonton, like the sketchiest spot ever. This guy walks out of my house, starts punching my car window, trying to break it with his fist, and walk.
That's a lie. That is a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. Oh, first of all, fabricated. It was one punch. You were trying to pick me up.
One punch. I remember multiple.
okay.
Yeah, man, that's the story.
And so don't take,
All right.
don't ever trust Jordan with chips or anything like that. That has been one thing I've learned. I have a question later about sibling lesson learned, but Josh, the other one that came up was, have you ever, by any chance, shot an airsoft gun at someone while they were on the drums?
Holy man.
Yes, I have. I have done that. Yeah.
What did Jordan do to incite this violence from you?
Well, I mean, Jordan can play the drums, but there was no playing the drums at this particular time. I was trying to watch the Blue Jays game, and Jordan, door wide open, just is banging on them as hard as he can.
Can you paint the picture? Like, what does our living room look like? Where are you playing? And what is the basement?
So it was a weird house that had like 4 levels. So I'm on like the first basement, I'll say. That makes it sound like it's a huge house, but it really wasn't.
Yeah, it's all on the lake. Super cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Next to McDavid's house. And he's in the basement where our room is. And there's 2 rooms. We knocked on a wall. We didn't share like a bed or anything. And he's just banging on the drums as hard as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And I am seething with rage. I don't know if you could tell by the last story told about me, but I've had a little bit of a rage issue. Probably still do a little bit. So in my wisdom, I grabbed my airsoft gun and I walked downstairs. And, you know, I like they do it in gangster videos, you know, I put it to the side. And I just let one go as soon as I walk in there, and it curved underneath his glasses, and boom, hit him right in the eye. And I knew right away. I just see him go, shit, run upstairs. And he looks really good here, but he was fairly rotund at the time. And so I'm out of the house, no shoes. Mom wasn't home. And he's chasing me down the street. Thankfully, I can outrun him. And I just keep running. And he slows down and stops. And I stop probably 50 feet away. And then he keeps going and I keep going. And then it's like a episode of, or like a game of cat and mouse. And I ended up having to go to my friend's house for, I think, 6 hours until Mom came home. No shoes, nothing. Thankfully, they let me in.
I was so mad. You would just stop and look at me, and I was like, I can't catch this guy.
Yeah, the chip and the drumming story were definitely the first 2. This was one I thought of today because I went for supper tonight with Joel and Chelsea and Cassie and the kids. And I was telling them a big gap in my knowledge is that I didn't realize until like last year that pickles are actually cucumbers. I did not know that like
George is
pickles
finding out right now.
like pickles in a pickle jar are actually like they're pickled cucumbers.
Yes.
I did not know this at all because I was actually going to report to like the store staff and be like, "There's a mistake on these jars. Like it says the main ingredient is a cucumber."
Are you
And then I had my moment of
Keeping
realization.
the minds of our youth.
Well, I guess it would be like, have you ever discovered a massive gap in your knowledge of something you're like, you probably should have known, and you're like, I can't admit that I don't know this right now.
Oh my
It's
God.
on the spot. I just thought about it before, but it was an embarrassing one for
Where
me.
do I begin?
I'm trying to think.
I thought it might just be a newfie thing, but I thought wind chill was windshield until I was like 25. I thought it was windshield, and everyone's like, "Well, that doesn't make sense."
These windshields are just crazy for global
Yeah,
warming.
it's minus 20. Well, what's the windshield? It's like, what does that mean? What does that have to do with
Jordan, do you?
I mean, I have one, but I'm like, I don't know if I should say it or not.
Come on. Why'd you sound so there?
Well, I didn't know that to wipe your ass, you're supposed to sit on the toilet until I was like 17 or 18. So I stood. I stood in front
Yes, we
Yeah. What the heck? You didn't know that, dude? Like,
for the
You
listeners.
didn't either. You were at that chat.
what?
And then
What are you talking
So-
about?
wait, what?
We've had this conversation.
There's another way besides standing?
So yeah, we
I'm a
can do
proud outstander.
Are you still?
a brief recap on this.
What do you mean? I get down like I'm on the line of scrimmage.
So what is
I guarantee you mine's cleaner than yours. I guarantee you.
I do the old tilts now. Since Luke taught me the
Wow.
old tilt. I was
Dude.
oh, okay.
I'm a man of honor, and I will never sway.
You guys sit and pee or stand and pee?
Depends.
I sit and pee all the time.
Why am I not
At
surprised?
home.
I know, dude. At work, this last set, I said that I sat and peed. Don't say.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, I would never admit that.
Dude, like, what do you?
Absolutely roasted.
What do you? That'll never go away.
It didn't. I mean, I didn't end. It wasn't even like.
Yeah, it's not going.
At first, you thought they were
Okay.
laughing with you, and then after an hour, you realized like everyone's making fun of you and insulting you, and you're like, cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a fine line that's happened at every workplace of mine.
Yeah.
So, in the spirit of Christmas, as this will be coming out on December 23rd, how would you describe a Newfie Pentecost Christmas to someone?
Christmas Cantatas.
You guys are gonna have to take the lead here. I've killed way too many brain cells.
No. Like, I guess, what did we like? What
Like,
would
what do you
it
mean, like
entail?
Christmas or like
The seafood.
Yeah, like
Christmas.
what would you say? Like
going
way-
to church on Christmas or like actually Christmas morning?
I remember like these from the church, September.
Yeah.
We would have to listen to them in everywhere we went till we memorized all the.
I am a friend of God. I'm a friend.
And we had all of these that we had to listen to, and every Saturday for like.
Oh, I remember this. You guys are unlocking memories.
Yeah, dude, we would have to drive from Abisan to Dickinsfield every Saturday for rehearsal.
This
Yeah.
is like PTSD.
I can't believe you forgot that.
I did for sure.
Did you guys ever act in any of the Christmas productions? I don't
For
actually
sure.
know the question.
For sure.
What characters did you play?
Some would say I was the lead.
I don't think I ever did.
You never did one? Josh, did you
for
ever play a
sure
character?
did. You for sure did. You were the tree one year, I remember.
Was I?
No, I'm just joking.
Looked like the fat kid in the tree. No, I remember.
No, I remember I was the rapper.
I remember decorating Lucas as a gangster one year.
Yeah.
I drew like a chin
Yep.
strap on him and stuff. Josh. I feel like Josh was a shepherd one year.
I think that was the lead, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of the
Maybe-
three
maybe
wise men, you
Jesus.
know.
Yeah.
I was a little too young. Or a little too old. Sorry.
I just remember it being a big deal. And while I remember for a while we had, you remember the singing Christmas tree, and like they would build like with scaffolding a massive tree.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that being a big
Yes.
deal.
Yeah.
Up
They
the
went
back
all
of the
out for
church.
sure.
Yeah, but it's like in the newspaper, Public Right Today, and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd have like 800 people show up at Pentecost Church, and not just the population of Kings Point.
Yeah,
So I guess, what would you say? I wrote down, I think our most iconic moment for Christmas is opening the big box from Dan and Pop Clarke when we were in Abbotsford when we were younger, when Josh screamed GameCube upon seeing a controller for the first time. And then we had Bionicles also in there, which were absolutely... So I guess my first question is, do you remember why Bionicles were so popular? Like, what was the...
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking, was there like a show or something?
I don't know. I remember it started off as McDonald's toys.
Really?
Yeah, and then it
Wow.
was like huge. It was massive, and then you can buy and like it almost looked like a like
Oh, I do remember that.
yeah, it was like a
They had like
little
little brains in their
Do
head, and they
remember
didn't
that.
and you
weren't
can
real if
move
they
the
didn't have
mask
it.
with them and everything. It was sick. The white. I remember Josh got the white one for Christmas, and I was so unbelievably jealous and upset. Like I got a green one or something. But
So who got the best hockey stick that one year?
Yeah, coming from the guy who got the one-piece TPS.
Nash for baby, it was a one.
I got the two-piece Z bubble.
So knockoff Clark 94 jersey.
Yeah.
So
it was like well pressed, not stitched.
Do you guys remember the Marty St. Louis Synergy that he had? The yellow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I had the blue one.
I got one that should be delivered on Monday. I ordered.
No way they remade it?
That's like,
Yeah, Bauer just released like a throwback, and it was like 30% off for Black Friday, so I ordered one.
Way. How much was it?
see,
Shipped to my door was $160,
That's like the
which
Dude.
is not bad at all.
I remember that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't believe how cheap it was. I was like, oh, this is a no-brainer.
and with that nickname that we have for you, that doesn't take long to make up, eh? So, what would you
Heck, dude?
say was
I just
your what would you say was your favorite Christmas? Because I would say that was my favorite Christmas moment. But
favorite
like,
Christmas?
what was your favorite?
Does anyone want a dog? Anyone out there?
I'm trying to get rid of mine, bro. So my favorite Christmas was the year. This is gonna sound so like spoiled.
Cheese it up.
It was the year that we got our GameCube, our Xbox, and our PlayStation all the same year.
What? That was the same year? No.
Yeah, man. We got a GameCube from mom. We got
No,
Xbox.
GameCube was from Dan and Pop Clarke.
Well,
GameCube
one of
was
the
Dan and Pop.
names, one of the Nano
Yeah,
Pops.
yeah.
No, dude. Nano Pop Clark bought us the
It was
Xbox.
in that box, dude.
How'd they bought us the Xbox?
Yeah, it was.
From Costco.
I think so. Okay, I do remember the Costco. For
Yeah, and we got
Xbox.
the Xbox.
Yeah.
And we had Tony Hawk Pro Skater or
Yes.
Underground. Tony.
Legendary.
Yeah.
And then we got, I think it was PlayStation 3 we got that same year. I think. It was one of the, I just remember getting one from each category that Christmas. And I was just like, you know, we had like so much. It was crazy. It was crazy. And that it was the same year we got all the Bionicles.
Dang. Josh, what do you think would
Dad
be
must have been
your
Oh, the Teamsters.
24 and 2, that guy?
Yeah, right, dude. He's working 44 and 1.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We lived in
Josh, what would you say was your favorite Christmas?
Probably that one. It's got to be, right? I mean, like, what
Yeah,
compares
I
to that?
don't know how, like, why that one specifically like sticks in my head so much. But yeah, so
pictures of it.
what was the single most annoying thing that we did to piss each other off when we were younger that still works?
Well, whatever.
That's like that didn't even like it when we were kids. I was like, he started when he was like 17.
Lucas. This
That
would
was
be
like
Lucas.
23.
I'd have like the football boys over, and this would be Luke. You know, He'd go down to
Yeah.
the first basement across from the bathroom, and all you'd see is
Yeah. with his haircut.
his hat pulled all the way down, his ears all dwindled. I think a leather.
Oh my gosh. Dude, you remember when Mom fell down the stairs when you had some of your friends over? Sorry, Mom.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was after surgery. Sorry, Mom. Bye.
Michael Muir. Michael Muir. I was sitting, I think it was in the process of bugging you guys. And I just like watched it happen. I just saw her legs come out. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Oh, Josh,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
What was your
Settle down. She was sick.
Yeah, exactly. What was the single winning Christmas gift you've ever had? When you thought it was gonna be
Oh, why are we doing this, dude? Like, I don't want to do this.
sure. No, so I'll say it was, and you probably remember this, because we were never allowed to have Guitar Hero in our house growing up.
no.
And
That's for the devil.
Yeah.
we were,
That's the penny cost.
but I remember there was one Christmas Eve, and I saw a video game under the tree. And I was like, Mom, I want to open this so bad. I don't know if you remember this, George, but like as I opened the paper, it was still in the bag, but it was like GameStop or EB Games, but on the bag it said Guitar Hero. And I was like, Guitar Hero, and it was Wii Music, which is like this like orchestra, like Beethoven. I was like,
The most dog shit game you could ever
I know.
play in your life.
obviously I'm grateful, but like that was, yeah, especially because it said Guitar Hero on the bag. I was like, bro,
Yeah, I guess we're
It's like
going to
that
Jonah's
was a
house to play
catfish.
Guitar Hero.
What a kill.
yeah.
I remember my worst one. I think was I 16, maybe 17, and I wanted a Monster Energy Skidoo helmet, and I just got a
Checks out.
yeah, I just got like a sled neck Skidoo suit, and it was the last box. Mom's like, you can't open that one till the end, so don't touch it. And I was like, okay. So I kept it aside. The shape of the box was like, this is for sure my helmet. I can't wait. I had pictures by center, like I had everything. I had like saved as like the desktop picture on our like computer. Like, I love this. Anyway, so I get to my last gift, and Mom goes, "Stop! You get your camera out, right? The recording one." And we're like, "You."
That was always very stressful.
Yeah, you.
The camera.
Well, she's on, but she's like, smile. Thing was so big.
I opened it, and it was a Tassimo. Freaking like a Keurig. I was like, "What? I don't even drink. I'm 16."
Dude, you can drink coffee like twice a day on this. You don't
Big latte guy.
I was so choked. I sold it to a guy in Ontario.
Well, I know Josh's because I was thinking about the other day
Yeah.
when you opened that puffer coat.
What?
Oh yeah. There's been
Only
so many.
I could see Josh right here, and like he's to my left, and he opens it up and he's like, "Oh, that's nice." And he's like, and he just like is absolutely disheveled by the present. He's like, "This is not my style at all." And right after Mom was like, "You didn't like that, did you?" She's like, "No." It was returned.
It's like the thing I hate doing the most is opening gifts in front of people. Like I hate it.
I don't. I don't like it either.
I have How Annoying Was I as a Little Brother on here, but I feel like that was just a classic.
We've covered that.
You've covered a few of those. How would
playing Lucas and Madden? He picked the Patriots. He would just do Tom Brady to Randy Moss. Hail Marys. He beat John Dilney. It was insane. I'll never forget that. He was like 6 years old, didn't know what he was doing, and he won every time.
So I think this is a good segue to go down, because we're going to talk about like how you've adapted our Christmas experience to your Christmas experience now that you do with them. So which of your kids do you think is most likely to throw the first house party?
Willow.
Oh my gosh. Clayton 1000%.
Yeah. Willow.
He'll start it while we're upstairs. Kid is a savage.
Willow.
We were just at the Christmas parade, and this float went by, and he's standing there waving. And the guy says, "Merry Christmas." And like we make eye contact. I go, boom, and he just turns around, punches me right in the dick. Just sucks. I like wake up, and the guy's like pointing at me and laughing from the float. He's a menace to society.
That's great.
So why Willow, George?
Will doesn't care. She got in trouble by Jessica. So Jessica gave her a smack, and she looked at Jessica and goes, "That didn't even hurt." She's 5. I was like,
Do you remember when we used to do that when Mom would give me the belt and I'd just be like laughing? Keep in mind, I was 15 at the time, so give him the belt. A mistake.
yeah,
Big mistake.
yeah. That's the last
Big mistake.
Nabasanis.
Oh, it's funny.
I don't even think Luke got smacked.
No, I got smacked for him.
Remember the belt?
I
Snap it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
in there.
I was too traumatized watching you guys go through it.
No, you still did it. You just didn't get punished.
Yeah, Josh.
What was your
Remember when I got kicked out for you?
what were your most embarrassing moments in school? Or what were some of the craziest things that friends of yours did or people that you knew in high school did at your school or to your teachers?
I remember, dude, the biggest thing I was in trouble for was with the dean of students. I just got my ass tattoo. I was in my second year of seminary, and I was walking.
Bible college.
Yeah, I was in seminary. I was in Bible college. I was walking down the hallway, and the classroom door was open, and they had this expensive teacher guy who they flew in from the States somewhere. And I was walking by, and there's some guy in the class goes, "That's the kid who just got a butt tattoo." And I turned and I saw them in the class, so I dropped my pants to show the class from the hallway through the door my new tattoo. And everyone started laughing and stuff, right? And this teacher and everyone got so offended that they contacted the dean of students, where I had to sit down and write a public or give like a letter of like apology to the school, dean of students, and to this teacher that like flew in from out of the country. That was probably the biggest trouble, most trouble I ever gotten in school. There's another embarrassing story that I have, but I don't say it on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know if I should say mine either. It was,
It
doesn't have to be you guys.
Jessica's over there shaking her head because she knows exactly the story that had happened. You know that.
I almost got knocked out by a jacked teacher with dreads.
Really? He almost knocked you out because you said that thing in class.
Yeah. So
Said that thing.
yeah, so
I remember.
yeah,
that.
Josh had some let's
I
just
feel like-
say
I feel like the viewers they gotta know.
let's just say that it was the boy in the striped pajamas and something that was said that shouldn't have been said. So we'll let the
Yeah.
minds of the listeners wander there.
And this teacher.
Still probably won't get there.
But so what was the first high school party you went to when you realized you were no longer in the pizza and chips phase of your life?
I remember. I know this.
I don't know if I ever went to a party with chips and pizza. I don't think it was ever a thing.
Jessica in the drawer there.
Like, no bowling party, like grade 7?
No,
What?
dude.
You don't roll up. There's Joma's at the Gregoire bowling alley. That wasn't like a moment of
Josh, didn't you get
like
thrown
coming
to
of
the
age
ground by
moment?
the police outside Joma's with one time?
No, Cosmos.
Awesome. Wrecked his new shirt.
Hey, simple misunderstanding. It could happen to anybody.
Comes
Was
up-
literal. If that counts for anything.
Jordan, what was your I guess coming of age moment where you're like, oh, people are doing some pretty gnarly stuff in this house and I need to leave?
It wasn't
Or
at a
joint.
house. It was at what was called the pit. Mom dropped
yeah.
me off
Dickensfield?
to church. What?
Dickinsfield pit?
Yeah, Dickinsfield pit.
Yeah.
There was a few pits.
There's one down in Ross Haven.
Yeah, Russ, yeah.
Ross Haven or something.
And Thickwood there,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was like,
Josh is like, yeah, I think I know.
yeah, or something like that. But the one in Dickinsfield, I remember Mom dropped me off to youth on Friday night. She's like, I'll be back at whatever time, 11:30, 12 or whatever, to pick you up. So I stand outside, wait for her to drive away. See her pull down McConaughey. So I head to the Dickinsfield pit, which was like right next to the church in the field in the woods there. So I head down there. This was grade 9. And I got there. There's a big fire in the middle of the woods. And there's beer and booze everywhere. All everyone. And the moment that I
get the devil is here.
yeah, I was like,
The church is there. The
yeah,
hell
dude.
is here.
I get down there, and the second that, and I knew I was sucked in the moment that everyone was like, Clarke, and I was like,
Been there a few times.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like, well, doesn't happen at church. So, I remember someone passed me. What's that Spanish guy's name, man? His older brother had a Batman tattoo with Superman in it. Flores?
Ahead of his time.
Flores.
Jason Flores?
Yeah, the little brother, whoever the little brother is.
Yeah. I
He
graduated
pulled
with him.
a warm Heineken out of his backpack, and I think I got through half the can in like 4 hours. Threw the other half in the woods somewhere, and then
God, this is so good.
I was just so uncomfortable. I was scared that mom was gonna catch me, that she was gonna smell it and stuff. So I just stayed there
But you know what?
and went back up at the church. And
Mom knew.
She's
though.
like, why do you smell like fire?
So I've never told anyone this story, but I remember I was always the bystander. I would say 99% of the time, where my friends would go to the pit and they would all do their thing, and I would just kind of tag along for the trip to McDonald's. To the one time where Nick Lushman, yes, the man whose hand I poured boiling water on,
I forgot about that.
they had a they had a bong, but obviously when you're lighting it and taking it, it's much different than after the fact. So I guess he took his hit, and then while it was still some smoke coming up, he just put it in my mouth, and that was all I did. And this was but Jordan, this is 1 p.m. That's all I did, was just the one extra inhale. 9:30, Mom picks me up. She's like, "You smoked weed today, didn't you?" I was like, "What?" I'm like, "No, I didn't. What are you talking about?" She had never accused me, and literally I'd been with them so many times before.
And then you took one draw one time. One draw one time.
That woman.
I remember.
She knew.
I know. I remember giving this kid. I remember I was third year Bible college, and I gave this kid a ride home, and his pack of smokes fell out of his pocket into Mom's edge that she gave to Josh. Do you remember that, Jess? And she grilled me in the living room in front of you and your mom. Like, "Are these your smokes? Are you smoking again? Are these your smokes?" Do you remember that? I can't even say the person's name. I don't know what the rules are on these.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, man.
If the statute of limitations is up or not.
I don't know, man.
Brother, it's a pack of cigs. Holy.
I don't
Can I legally say this?
I don't know how names work on this, man. I have no idea.
We've got, what is the most valuable lesson you have learned from each sibling?
With Lucas, patience, I'll say. And with Jordan, thievery. Likes to steal my shit. So I go back. He's wearing the evidence. This man goes to court and wears the
I
evidence.
can't find my blue DC jacket.
He gave me that.
Dude, yeah, that's a super masculine coat too, Josh. But Jordan, what do you think?
Yeah. And you go first.
I would say, I thought about this earlier. I'd say from Josh, it would be don't care what
Knowledge.
anyone else thinks. Yes. Don't care what anyone else thinks, and just do your thing. People are gonna say whatever, but just do you, live it. And I would say from Jordan, it would be you can make major changes at any time and it can work out. That was kind of you've made all these moves and done these random things that's always worked out for you. It's kind of instilled the confidence to actually be oh, it can happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You can not think anything through and it can still work out.
For me, I'd say from Josh, I would say
Don't think too long.
Yeah, dude. What the hell?
I learned nothing from this guy.
to be sappy. For Josh, it's
It's all right.
for Josh, I'm just really impressed with Josh. I really am. I remember just seeing him at like 21.
Just you as a person, Josh.
I remember seeing Josh like 21, 22, and I was like, he needs to figure his shit out, man. Like he needs to like grow up. And now I look at him, he's a father and has 2 children, and he has a job and a home and stuff. So I'm just really proud of Josh and the changes that he's made. I think it doesn't matter how, I don't know.
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, it doesn't matter like how far.
Dude, you're gonna make me get emotional.
Yeah. I just say,
Can we go back to dick joke?
I don't know. I just think it doesn't matter how far down and out you are. Like there's always hope, and things can really turn around if you make the right choices and make some changes in your life. So that's what I think I could take from Josh. And with Lucas, I think you can be really surprised what discipline, if you really implement discipline in your life, a lot of fruitful things can come from it. You know, I remember seeing Lucas as 15, 16, insecure, overweight kid to this chiseled, ripped, confident young man who goes back to school.
God.
Yeah, goes back to school, gets a degree.
Humble.
Yeah, super humble. No, goes to university, perseveres, with that discipline through, losing dad and all that. And now, I'm just really proud of Lucas. He has a career and a house and a family, and just to see him at 16, like flunking out of school and overweight to this, very confident, successful young man. It's very impressive to see. So those are the 2 things I would take from both of you.
And with that, we had to cut the episode a little bit short because Josh is not only a men's league hero, he's also a men's league referee. So he had to go on and ref. But I just wanted to say we didn't necessarily get a chance to get into our trampoline story and our burning toes story. But I guess that's always for next year. I don't see why we can't get into that then. Lastly, I just wanted to say, in the spirit of tradition, thank you so much for having myself and my brothers as a part of your yearly family tradition, maybe for years to come as we go on throughout this holiday and on to the next. Well, Merry Christmas to everyone. And I guess to all, good night. I don't know. Merry Christmas, everyone.